Hello friends, today's topic is This Is Not My Baby. Let's rant.
Part one on how I found out the baby wasn't mine. So I met this girl at Walmart. We was co-workers. So mind y'all, we've been knowing each other for 4 years and I dated her for 2 years. Keep that in mind. So down the line, our relationship started to get a little rocky, and she would start to say things like, "The baby not yours. I'm gonna put you on child support." And with me being me, I'm a good person. I'm like, cool, put me on child support. I take care of him very well. I be there for him every day. I'm in his life daily. I've been there since he came out the womb. So like, she putting me on child support, that ain't gonna do nothing to me because I take care of him. So it's like, I'm not thinking, you know. So I'm thinking she can't put me on child support because I'm actually taking care of this boy. So I got my mom and Laura involved, and they both telling me go get a DNA test, and I'm telling them I don't need a DNA test because I know this is my baby. I've been there since day one.
Okay, so we all know like the common phenomena of dudes being like, that's not my baby, or like, that's not my baby mom, or whatever, right? Imagine being such a bad bitch that you got dudes out here pretending to be your baby daddy when they're not. Story time. So I decided a couple weeks ago that I was gonna like try to give, somebody a chance or whatever. So I went on a few dates. And one of the guys, like, I like kind of liked him or whatever. So we hung out a few more times. We've been hanging out for like a week. And I live in like a really small town. And like there were like some red flags and like some inconsistencies or whatever. But the biggest one was I don't have a lot of friends. I have local. I have like 2 local friends. But my friends have a lot of friends and like they know everybody. So I like name dropped him to one of my friends, and she was like, "Who's that?" Whatever. And I was just kind of giving her like a brief summary of like who he is. And then she starts looking at me crazy, and I'm like, and she's like, "That's not his baby." I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "That's not his baby, mama. That kid is so-and-so's." And I'm like, no, I know what he told me. Like, I'm like, she's like, "Are you sure you're not confusing it with another girl?" And I was like, "No, like 100%. Like that is, yeah." Anyway, so I asked him about it, and he like immediately gets defensive, first of all. But this was on Snapchat when I sent him the chat and asked him or whatever. And he was like, he had sent me a chat and he was typing again, but I like half slid it where he didn't know I could see it. And I saw where he had sent a chat that said, "We had a DNA test done last November, blah, blah, blah. Do you want to see my papers or whatever?" But he deleted that and he didn't know I seen it because I half slid it. So he deleted that chat, and then he sent me another chat that was like, "Where is this line of questioning coming from?" or some shit like that. And I was like, well, I mean, if you're going around saying that this is your kid, but it's not, like, that's kind of fucking weird. Anyways, so he tells me like that's definitely his kid. Whatever. So a few red flags later, I decide I'm just gonna ask the baby mom. I'm just gonna ask baby mom because I'm not doing anything wrong, for one, and two, if it's not his kid, like if I was her, I would want to know if somebody was saying that about my kid. Lo and behold, not only was that a lie, but so many other fucking things he's just flat out lied about. Not only that, but when she called him out on it, he proceeded to tell her that I was obsessed with him and that I'm fucking crazy and that I made it up. Send me the screenshot. I seen it. I sent him a chat on Snapchat, and I said, "I know you fucking didn't. You need help." He immediately deleted me. Gonna catch me obsessed with no motherfucking dude. So I text him and I literally said, "Name drop me again, I swear to God. Anybody ask you if you know me, you deny it. You don't even know who I am, bitch."
Whole time I knew someone right and I knew I wasn't tripping. You mean to tell me after 4 years of taking care of some kids, I'm there for all the doctor's visits, the shots, everything. Even during the pregnancy, I'm there for everything. Rubbing the back while they throwing up, squeezing them musty, dusty, crusty, big, funky ass feet. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing all of that shit. And the older the babies got, I'm like, damn, they don't look like me. They look just like the daddy, bro. Like, he had to have been fucking somebody else to let somebody else get him pregnant. This can't be my baby. Boom. I said, I'm finna go get a Dana test. Took the babies down to Dana. They swabbed me, swabbed them. Guess what? They ain't my fucking babies, bro. And I just got the mail today. I checked the mail today. I opened the envelopes and said, 99.99.99, not yours. They not mine. Bro, that shit is humiliation, bro. And it's the baby birthday today. So I'm so sorry. My baby birthday today. But yeah. Yeah, that nigga was shit though. He was. Them my kids though, but that nigga was shit.
Good morning, Grand Rising, kings and queens. So I'm about to get into this story. Matter of fact, story time. So yesterday, I was at work and the people came in to install my new cable. So when I got in, I'm always asking, my girls, how's their day? My youngest daughter tells me, she goes, Mom, my day was okay until what, Pumpkin? Talk to me. She goes on to tell me that some lady stopped her and was like, oh, can you buy me a few groceries? Only need 3 things. My daughter, who's kind-hearted like me, is like, okay, I can get you the 3 things. They proceed to go into the supermarket where this lady is laughing and joking with her, but picking up mad shit. So I'm listening to the story because I'm trying not to judge. Follow me. So she goes, the lady started laughing and joking with her, and my daughter was like, all right, miss, let's just get these little groceries and leave. Where I reside at, there's a whole bunch of people that's always begging for shit, and it pisses me off. Then they ask us want to play victim, talking about, you don't know what we go through, bitch. You don't know what I go through. I'm the one that pay bills. I get off my ass every day, go to work, and I pay bills. And even when I didn't have it, I wasn't standing out here begging. Getting back to the story. So then she goes to proceed to tell me that this lady is having conversations with her to try to get on her good side or whatever, because she's picking up mad shit and she think my daughter didn't notice. So then my daughter turns around and look at, she was like, you said 3 things. So the lady was like, ha ha ha, So then they go to the register. Why the cashier told my daughter, this is the 5th person she did this to. Bitch, when I see you, you mine. Don't you dare take advantage of my child. At the end, if I see this bitch, she's mine. Not to mention, when the cashier told my daughter that, my daughter instantly just walked away and left her in the grocery standing there. But I had to get in my daughter's ass too. I was like, this area where we at right now, at the end of the day, stop entertaining these people. I don't give a fuck what they ask you for. No, you ain't got it. I was like, you barely got money to pay your fucking bill, and here it is, you trying to help somebody else. No, stop doing that shit. I had to really get in her ass. And I was like, if you feel like you want to help somebody and you know you ain't got it, I was like, then you could pay your own bill. I said to my daughter, I said, you a target. They see you coming. At the end of the day, you got to be mindful. I was like, it's some people out here that you can help. I was like, but bitches like that, they run scams, and you need to know the difference. Where I live at, these motherfuckers know not to play with me. That one little lady that I had an argument with, I put her in her place so bad that she just broke down in tears. Yeah, bitch, stop fucking begging. At the end of the day, you get a check at the beginning of the month, and what you do with your money is your business. You're not going to stand out here and beg me for $1 every day when you see me, or 25 cents or 50 cents. Bitch, no, it's not happening. And mind you, I help people. And I help people that really, really need it. These people really, really don't need it. They doing it to get a fix. And you know what I'm saying? And that bitch was doing it because she knows that's a way that if she asks this person and that person and that person, she don't have to go shopping. Her fucking refrigerator or cabinet to be full. Or maybe she was selling for drugs. But at the end of the day, bitch, you're mine when I see you.
Okay, you guys wanted a part 2, so here it is. I will try and get it done in just the second part. So my sister-in-law is the labor and delivery charge nurse at that hospital. So she's the boss of all those nurses. And I was getting induced. So ahead of time, she scheduled her best nurses and the best room for me to have my baby. So I felt confident that I was being treated by the best team. Plus, she had her own baby there 5 weeks earlier with the same team. So that's why I felt comfortable at that hospital and allowing my baby to go to the nursery. Now, he was my 3rd son, and I have never let a baby go to the nursery. However, he was jaundiced and he needed treatment. So I did let him go. And do I regret it? Of course. But at the time, I didn't know there was any other option to get light treatment in my room, if that was even a possibility. So, new parents, women who give birth, hormones are going crazy, you're exhausted. I had no medication and a natural birth,
So I was completely out of it. So to say that, I was thinking rationally would be an overstatement. So when they brought me the wrong baby in the hospital and I was waiting for my son to be brought to me, I was thinking he was getting his UV light treatment and a bath, which is what they told me. And that could be true. However, I don't think it is true, because when my sister-in-law came and sat down with me to visit the baby, she asked me how everything was going, and I stated, what would happen if a nurse brought the wrong baby? And she said, that would never happen. And I said, well, just what would happen if it did? Nope, would never happen. We get tons of training for that. There is just no way that that would even be a possibility. I said, okay, well, would that person get fired? Would they be suspended? Is it just something that goes on their record? Like, I kind of need to know. And she said, no, I don't think they would get fired, but it would definitely look bad and go on their record. I said, okay, they brought me the wrong baby in the hospital. I'll need a part 3.
Crazy stories, right? Tell me what you think in the comments below, and thank you for watching. Until next time.